Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Hey guys, I had to get a new vacuum.
Did the other one suck?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare. At Christmas, as in Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've done, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Hello and welcome to another stupendous episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show that has everyone saying, let's see what else is on. I am Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
And here as always is the Bucky to our CRAPtain America, Monster Cereal's own Tito. I can't do a Rubik's Cube to save my life.
No, I'll get there though.
No, you never will.
I spent an hour and a half on that thing.
Failed me for the
I like
last
3/4 of the way
time.
through it. 3/4 of the way.
And also joining us
and then
tonight,
he found out he was using the one that
My
Pinhead
God.
gave him.
Right. I opened it up.
the
And
Cenobites came out.
I had sex with the
Tito.
craziest looking thing. You wouldn't believe it. Horns everywhere.
Chains. Lots of chains.
So another normal Wednesday for
Yeah,
you.
just another-
Another hump day. Oh. Also joining us tonight to continue our trilogy called Back When Marvel Sucked, the man who puts the rant in Entertainment Rants, Marco Mazolla. Hello, sir.
Woo!
Catchphrase.
How are you?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Catchphrase.
The man, the myth, the one we've been talking about the past couple of shows now. He is finally here and to square off with us. So
It is funny too because I just listened to the Morbius episode and tap my wife. Look, they talked about us again. They talked about us again.
we said nice things this time.
Yes.
No, definitely big fans.
Yeah, totally. We are fans of this show. We talk about it all the time. You want to tell us a little bit about this show before we get into tonight's movie?
Sure. I think like a lot of people, our show came about because of the pandemic, right? It was a pandemic project. I started last August and, something I always wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do as a podcast. I have a karate school. I thought maybe we'd do something about that. And then I realized shortly that I'll probably run out of content really quick. So what else do I have? And what else do I do in my life? Well, my friends and I constantly talk about pop culture stuff, movies, TV, what have you. And we finally figured out why don't we just stick a microphone in front of our face and see what happens? We're always talking about it. And, and I always say, we're always going into these long rants. It's usually me, doesn't shut up. You see everybody's eyeballs rolling back in their head and they're trying to swallow their own tongue to get out of the conversation.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's how a lot of them start.
Yeah.
We have that kind of dynamic. We started that way, just kind of we talk about this stuff. It'd be funny to record it.
Yeah.
This is what got me to your show. When I started listening to your show, I'm like, these guys they're just a bunch of guys hanging out, having a great conversation, and it's funny as hell. Your Beastmaster episode, I still go back and listen to that one again.
That was a good one.
Throwing the Chuck the Bird out the water balloon. You're you gotta either fly or fuck off, bastard. I don't care. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And you just released an episode for Superman 4, which was great.
Yeah.
We covered that back when back all those years ago we started.
Yeah, that was one of the first series of 4s.
So it was
I'm going through that the back stuff for you guys.
Sorry. we were still
Don't
learning.
judge us too harshly.
No, go ahead. It's okay. We deserve it.
We were young and stupid, and now we're just old and stupid.
True. Okay, so from vampires to Nazis we go as we dive into the world of aging 70s stars, fake ears, and an Italian supervillain who is supposed to be German. This is 1990s CRAPtain America. But before we grab the booze and try to shield ourselves from the terror that is this direct-to-video atrocity, we have, as always, an appetizer to help soak up all the alcohol we will need to consume to get through this main course. And for that, I turn things over to our own soup Nazi, Brian, whose meal was helped cooked tonight by our guest, Marco Mazolla.
That's right.
Thank you very much. So take it away, soup Nazi.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
All right. Thank you, Mark. So movies, if done well, can evoke a lot of feelings. Some scenes can trigger emotional responses such as happiness, joy, sadness, or even dread. And some movie scenes leave such a mark, we carry them with us forever. Tonight, we Geeky Dads, along with our guest, friend of the show, and fellow podcaster Marco Mazolla, host of Entertainment Rants, want to take a look at some of our favorite movies or movie scenes that have traumatized us over the years.
All right. Nice. As our guest, would you like to go first, Marco?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So as a kid, this movie came out in 1981. So I was 5, and I may have even seen it in the theaters. My wife is always telling me I watched way too many movies as a kid that I shouldn't have been watching. So one of the movies that's just scared the piss out of me, and it was oddly enough PG rated, was Time Bandits.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's a great movie. You're looking back at it now, it's still, I'm 46, it still scares the pants out of me. Probably because of the reasons that just still come back at me as a little kid. With the main, the kid actor gets just basically taken away from his family and thrown across time and keeps getting left in different places, like with Sean Connery and at the end, the devil, right? It's just one imagery after another. Like this just poor kid just keeps getting left in these horrible situations. And as a kid, that's super traumatizing.
It is.
Yep.
Backstory on me, all my friends know this. My mother, God bless her, she was just a super caring mother. But the more times my brother and I had to go to like Filene's customer service or Jordan Marsh customer service, Diane Mazolla, please come pick up your kids at customer service. She just, my brother and I'd be screwing around in the ladies department, and she'd turn around and she'd be gone. She would leave. Like she'd be in shoes or purses, and we couldn't find her. And I was the younger brother, and my older brother, maybe your typical older brother, right? My eyes are completely filled with tears. I can't see where I'm going. We're going towards customer service. Some brothers would be, it's okay. We'll find her. Let's just go and we'll call for her. My brother was the exact opposite. He'd be, what if we never see her again? We don't find her. What if we have to stay here? What if she left us for good? So that didn't help. So then you watch a Time Bandits where this kid just keeps getting left everywhere. Forget it. I was under the sheets. Happy place.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
It doesn't help matters that it's from the mind of Terry Gilliam either, who's a twisted little fuck.
Yes.
I believe that's the name of his.
Oh, gotta love the Monty Python guys.
Yeah, twisted little fuck. Yeah. Great filmmaker though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I love his movies.
Totally.
Yep.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I can see how that would be scary. You want to go next?
Sure. No, I'll go.
Right,
I'll go next.
Brian.
I wanted to go with The Exorcist because that was one of the first movies that I remember seeing on TV, and this was like network TV back in the day, pre-cable. So it was on, and I was young and impressionable. And granted, it was cut to pieces, but I still remember seeing scenes like through my fingers, and just staying with me like for years and years, like the scenes of Reagan on the bed. And, just her head spinning around. And granted, they cut out all the language. They probably cut out like all the vomit and everything too, but there was still scenes like just the voice when she was like, the otherworldly voice of like, what was it? It was supposed to be like Father Damien's mother. Talking to
Damien,
Damien,
why you do this?
And it coming out of this little girl's body, and you hear, Damien, why you do this to me, Damien? And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I wanted to get behind the couch, but the couch was like right up against the wall. I couldn't hide anywhere. So I had my hands up in front of my face, but I could still hear it. I'm like too young and stupid. I didn't put my hands over my ears because that was what was really getting to me at the time. But that one really, really stuck with me. That one stayed with me for years.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, awesome. I thought you were going to go Jan in a Pan.
Jan in a Pan? No. No.
The brain that wouldn't die, or the thing?
Yeah, the brain that wouldn't die. No, but that one, Mystery Science Theater ruined that one for me. I can't say that bothers me anymore.
No.
Yeah, if this was like 20 years ago, then probably. Yeah, that one stuck with me. Creature double feature on Saturday afternoon. That one scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Jan in the Pan.
Yep.
God bless Mystery Science Theater. Tito, how about you?
Yeah, this one is real easy. This is probably the easiest one I'll ever have to do for appetizer. It's the bathtub scene from Nightmare on Elm Street. And I have never taken a bath ever again.
Is that what that funk is?
I knew it.
Legitimately.
Just old man smell.
I learned to shower with my eyes open because of that movie.
Yes.
Wash my hair with my eyes open, and I got.
I don't care how much it stings.
I never touch the drain. I never get my foot anywhere near it.
Yeah.
If there's one in the middle of the shower, you ever go to like get in a
yeah.
shower in
Yeah.
the middle?
Oh, yeah.
I have to keep my back to the wall and I kind of navigate around it. And not because I think a hand's gonna come out, but I think like anything could come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even like a spider could come out, and I'd be like, that'd be the end of it.
Oh yeah, dude.
But that movie really screwed me up.
Similar incident happened to my daughter here in the basement bathroom not that long ago. There was like
With
one
Freddy?
of those house centipedes.
Oh,
It was like right on top of the drain, and she thought it was a clump of hair, so she bent down to pick it up and realized what it was. And she sat in the shower and freaked out for half an hour. I'm
Yeah.
knocking on the door. Quinn, what's going on? I'm like, are you all right?
I would have crashed through that.
She told me after.
So fast.
She told me after. She said, "I'm like on the floor, and I'm like catching water in my hands and flicking at it to make it go down the drain." She was there for like half an hour, traumatized. She couldn't move. The poor kid.
No, that would freak me out. Also, and I saw this movie when I was probably like 4 or 5 with my sisters. They were watching it, and my mom wasn't around, and they watched whatever because they were older. So and they were never like, get the hell out of here. So I would just sit and I saw that movie at really, really young age. Even like so that movie as a whole scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
For a long time, and I loved the series.
Yeah.
But even the Johnny Depp scene, for years, when if I'm laying down in bed and I think about that scene, I get like a twinge in my back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's true for a lot of people, like people our age. That when when that movie came out, we were kids. I think a lot of people that happened. Like you would walk through rooms, or you'd like catch glimpses of certain scenes, and it twists and leaves an impact. Because I'm the same way. That, like I always thought Freddie was gonna stick his knives up through the underside of my bed. And,
Pull you through.
yeah.
I remember there was a trailer for one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I can't remember which one, but the trailer was the girl saying the rhyme. She's in the bed, and it pans over from the bed to the floor or something, and then the glove just comes out and breaks through the floor. And my bedroom had, it was hardwood, just like that trailer. And that just freaked me out.
Yeah. That one always got me more than like the more realistic stuff. I don't know, the fantastical horror always.
It's definitely a testament
scared
to that
me more.
movie.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Because they did it correctly, right? It's in your bedroom when you are, other than sitting on the toilet, you're the most vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah.
Shower, you're super vulnerable. I'm the same way. And now that you said it, brings me back to the figure out that is why I wash my head with my eyes open.
Yep.
My eyes are facing down, right? Turns back. I'm like, oh shit, that's why I do it. Because I do. It's the same idea.
Dude, don't even get me started on toilets and the ghoulies, man. I'll fucking lose my shit.
Literally.
Like a room, I'll reach around the corner to turn on the light.
Yeah.
Before I get in the room.
Yeah. And then you have arachnophobia, which does it all. They come out of the toilet, they come out of the sink.
Oh, they're everywhere.
In the shower. There's no safe.
There's
place
no
for
escaping.
them. Yeah. The bed, like a tent, anywhere you think you're safe. No, the spider's gonna get you.
Yep.
Good pick.
Nice.
I'm gonna go with, I've talked about it before. The Gate, when I was very young. In particular, the scene when the neighbor is sleeping over Stephen Dorff's house and hears the calling of his dead mother, and wakes up and goes downstairs, and she appears, and she's all elegant in white robes, and they do this little dance, and then they spin around, and the music gets all eerie, and then the mom turns into the dead family dog.
Ew.
This giant sheepdog-looking corpse that's just, you can see the eye, it's lifeless looking. I remember catching this movie at, I think it like at 1 a.m. or something. This was like when I had my first TV in my room, and I could wait for my parents to go to bed and watch whatever was on 56 or 38 or whatever. Usually it was like Critters or A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 or something like that. This movie was on. I thought, oh, demons. Oh, this is going to be great. I could not sleep. Really, this is the only movie to ever really legitimately scare me for so long.
Wow.
And thinking about it now, it's just it's a creepy movie.
The practical effects in that movie are really, really good for the time. Like you see it now and you're like, oh, it's a little bit dicey, but like for the time, it's still it holds. I think as a film, it holds up.
Yeah,
and
I mean, even the way the film opens, it's got a very creepy opening score. There's just a constant creepiness about that film. It's very. Yeah, I tried watching it again recently, and it still has the same effect. Yeah, like it's just the way they. I don't know.
We should have did this with the lights off.
Yeah,
Right? That'd have been fun. Turn all the lights off and then fucking no. Brian, please don't. Please no,
we're
God,
gonna have
no.
nightmares.
Where are Derek's hands? No.
Those hard pillows. Hell of a game.
Hell of a game. See the game. Hell of a game.
Derek, how about you, man?
Mine's from a little out of left field, I think. So 1993, I'm 12 years old. I watched this movie thinking, great fun. Sylvester Stallone flick. But the opening scene of Cliffhanger.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Oh,
Right.
That's a great opening scene, too.
I mean, and it's a great movie, and I have been able to like finish it, but I am afraid of heights because of that movie.
Yeah.
I never had
That ended your career as a tightrope walker.
I mean, it is
One and done.
It's terrifying. Like just the way that it's shot, and the girl Sarah, she ends up falling to her death, and I just have always been afraid of heights. I get claustrophobic. Well, I have claustrophobia. That's probably from the lady in
Yeah. Vertigo.
yeah. But I mean, to this day, even
anxiety.
Even I want to say one of the Hot Shots movies had a parody of it.
Did they really?
No,
Yeah,
it
there was like it was a raccoon.
That was Ace Ventura too.
Oh, that's
Ace
right.
Ventura
That's right.
too.
It was When Nature Calls. That's right. Yeah, and even that, like, I made me think, because it made me think of the original, and I just remember like the shot of her like falling, and it was obviously they don't show her go splat, but like. That's the problem. I mean, the imagination, just like everything going through her head went through my head, and I just
At the end, it was the pavement.
yeah, that was a rock.
It was a rock. I know.
I got a rock.
And so they say it's not the fall that gets you, it's the deceleration trauma.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a sudden stop at the end.
Yeah. It happens every time I look out a skyscraper window, or I mean, we went to Vegas a few years, a long time ago. I'm at that age where I say a few years ago, and it was actually like 15, 20 years ago.
You're allowed.
The other day. I was in Vegas the other day.
That's my wife.
But
she says the other day, and it could mean like 2 years ago or last week.
It happens to me all the time. But
It's a Wednesday.
yeah, a while ago we went to the Excalibur. Not the Excalibur. What's the Stratosphere?
Okay.
In Vegas, and there's an observation deck. My friends all went up and did like the roller coaster, and I was like, "Fuck no!"
Yeah, I wouldn't do that one either.
It was bad enough. So I waited for them down in the observation deck, and the whole time I'm like against the main wall on the interior.
Yeah.
Like just I don't want to look at people. I saw
your
a
legs
kid-
turning to jelly.
There was a kid that was like pressed against the glass looking out, and all I could picture was it shattering and him falling like the girl.
That kid is on the escalator again.
It was so awful. It just reassured me that heights are bad. So
That was like that. Was that Ferris Bueller's Day Off where they lean up against?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
I can't do
Terrifying.
that. No.
Yep.
Well, I'm
I
picturing
did
you
that,
on the escalator like
but I
Elf.
wouldn't do that. We were up in that same building where they did that when I was out in Chicago.
Flippers.
I wouldn't do it.
so that was mine.
Awesome. All right. Great appetizers, everyone. Great picks.
Awesome.
We're all scared now, so let's calm our nerves with a really bad
I want to
movie.
see Time Bandits again though.
It is a really great movie.
Have we done that one yet?
No, we haven't.
All
No,
right.
we should do a whole series on Terry Gilliam.
All right,
movies.
Marco, get ready.
agree.
You're coming back for Time Bandits.
I would love to.
Unless we scare you away
Yeah.
tonight, which is still possible.
So from one group of nightmares to another.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I had written that. That was good. Okay, here we go. Our main course.
Here's dinners in the oven.
It's easy to see the appeal of Captain America, and thanks to the MCU, a whole new generation has embraced Marvel's star-spangled superhero as one of the best and brightest in the cinematic universe. Created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby in 1941, Captain America was Timely Comics, now Marvel, answer to what was happening during World War II. Donned in the country's flag colors, armed with a shield, and striking Hitler in the face on the cover of his very first issue, Captain America gave its readers a cathartic hope a way of coping with horrors that were plaguing the country at that time. There had been a few attempts to bring Marvel's All-American Crusader to life via from film serials and made-for-TV movies. But it wasn't until the 89 Batman movie premiered and boosted sales for rival company DC that gave inspiration to the powers that be to attempt an equally grand-scaled movie for Captain America. And to quote the end to the monologue in Monster Squad, they blew it. It's long, boring, cheaply made, poorly acted, and much like Moon Knight decides to have its hero out of costume for much of the movie. It's also perfect for another special Marvel edition of, say it with me all together, gentlemen,
Drink
till it's good.
It begins!
Give us a drink. Get them all a drink there.
Hi, Lloyd. A little slow tonight, isn't it?
I'm tired. I'm wasted.
Is that an alcoholic beverage? I'd sell my grandmother for a drink.
Oh, just call me Billy. Everyone does.
Crazy drunk drivers. Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
They do. Gravedigger from Jason Lives. They certainly do. And so this is Captain America from 1990, directed by Albert Pune.
P-Y-U-N.
What a great last name. Pune. A.K.A. Osei.
I directed it. You say it.
A.K.A. Osei, can you see Captain America at all in this movie? Because I can't find him. A.K.A. for the red, white, and boo. A.K.A. damn Bumpuses, Nazis. Because the guy from Christmas Story was in it.
Right. And the mother.
And the mother, that's right. A.K.A. One Nation Under God, this movie sucks. Starring Matt Sellinger, Ronnie Cox, Ned Beatty, Scott Paulin, Darren McGavin, Melinda Dillon, Bill Mumy, Francesca Neri, Kim Gillingham. I can't read my home writing. Look at that.
Gillingham.
Thank you.
Not going to work here anymore.
Naga.
You must really like Michael Bolton. And Michael Nori as the Beaver. So this pick was brought to us by our guest tonight. Marco, I want you to lead us off with your opening thoughts about this film. What do you think of it? We'll get to if it's...
How did you discover it?
How did you discover it, and why out of all the sucky Marvel movies you could have picked, did you pick this one?
Because it is that kind of trash. Like, it is one of the worst attempts, minus maybe the Fantastic Four. There's so much about it. I found it online, and it's actually got a massive viewing on YouTube. That's where I just watched it again.
That's where we watched it last week.
Yeah. It's got millions of views on YouTube. I can't believe it. But you look at the costuming and you're like, oh, this could work. If you look at just the promo shot, then you look at it, you go, nope, it's just rubber and it's really thin and it falls apart constantly.
Yeah.
There's just nothing.
Even the ears were rubber.
Even the ears are rubber. Even the shield is plastic. I'm sure when they first invented it wasn't vibranium, but it also wasn't plastic. So it was like, yeah, it's Captain America, right? Who doesn't love Captain America? Let's watch it. But you mentioned on the back of 89 Batman, the budget for Captain America was $3 million. 89 Batman had $35 million.
And it
so
so like one tenth its budget.
Yeah, 1/10. They're like, yeah, let's go. This will work. 3. Let's go with it.
They tried their best and they failed miserably. The point is, never try.
Yep. It's amazing how much it's flipped, right? DC had all these great things coming out. Until they gave Marco the run and they said, well, we just shot that bed.
No, it's true. And that's the importance of why we're doing these bad Marvel movies, because we have all this great content coming from Marvel, but I am noticing a lot of hostile reviews about them. The everything from the later movies aren't that good to the Disney Plus shows are weak, or they got comments like MCU, or some asshole that keeps talking about Moon Knight not being in the series. I don't know who that is. That's
bastard.
Me. That's me.
That was me.
Was that you too?
That was me too. I felt very Ian Malcolm. You do plan on having some Moon Knight in your Moon Knight show, don't
totally.
you?
So other than that rant, though, I've enjoyed a lot of the stuff, but a lot of people have been complaining about it. So Brian and I were like, we got to take them back to a time when Marvel blew, basically. Like these guys could not, much like DC. Well, 4 films ago, I mean, they've been finding moderate success now, but for a while they just could not catch a break.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what was going on, especially in the late 90s. And well, this was, late
80s, early 90s.
Late 80s, early 90s, and even into the 2000s. They were having a hard time getting things going. So this is our way of saying, listen, you damn kids, there was a time where, 1990s Captain America was all you had.
Now get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. Okay, Brian, how about you? Opening thoughts.
Yeah, it was terrible.
All right, good. Well,
there we go.
And that's Brian. Now over to Joe with sport.
And that's just Brian, man. Here's Ollie with the weather. It's going to rain.
Well, the Celtics lost again.
No, it was a terrible
weather job in the world. What is it? San Diego. How's the weather out there? It's nice. Back to
you. San Diego means whale's vagina.
Spanish for whales.
I knew it. That's why they brought the humpback whales there.
That's right. Yes.
It's a whale. It's a whale, Mark.
Yeah. Thank you, Tito.
That sound you hear is a whale.
Tell you what I'm hearing now. You want?
Sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it was a bad movie. It was poorly written. They had no budget. I guess they tried with what they had, but I want to say every dollar showed on the screen, but it really didn't. Captain America really did nothing but steal cars. His big trick was to feign getting sick, car sick, and he'd jump out and then jump back into the driver's seat. And he pulled this twice. He pulled this maneuver twice.
Hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
I guess not.
Right.
Eventually, he puts the costume on at the very, very end, but by then it was too little, too late. And it was just it was
bad.
It was bad.
All right, Tito.
Yeah, I saw this movie when I was real young. I remember a friend of mine saying, "You ever see the Captain America movie?" And I was like, "There's no such thing." He was like, "No, I watched it recently."
Because you're a big Captain America fan.
I love Captain America, and I caught it on TV one day, and I was like, "Holy shit, Captain America, the movie! This is a real thing." And I watched the whole thing, and I was like, "Well, that's terrible." Even as a kid, I knew this is not a good movie, and there wasn't enough Captain America. Now I'm a little more sophisticated. So if Moon Knight is a Moon Knight the whole time, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, you don't like superheroes showing up in their own shows.
No,
you're one of these elevated.
I like talking and stuff like that.
I see the Boba Fest.
You see one guy get punched in the face. You see 100 guys get punched in the face. Am I right? Am I right or am I right?
I want to see all the rest of the 99.
And then I hadn't seen it. I don't know, like who knows how long. But yeah, this is just a god awful film. And it's funny because it's half of Golan Globus. It's like Menaheim Golan.
Yeah.
And those were the guys who did Superman 4 and Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, all the
failed,
movies.
and he was like, well, let me give it another crack with Captain America.
Right.
Yep.
Right? And he didn't have Globus, I guess, to tell him how stupid he was. I just, I don't mind the changes. Like, he's not a little guy that then becomes a huge guy. He has polio.
He had polio.
And you're like, okay, that makes sense. I didn't
Still
get it
sick.
when I was a kid.
Still sickly.
Yeah. I didn't get it. I didn't know what the fuck polio was when I was a kid. But he walked with a limp, and now he doesn't have a limp, and now he's really strong. And Red Skull was in the mob, and even as a kid, I was like, that is no good.
Yeah.
Where is his terrible red face? I would have preferred that terrible red face to the
the makeup that he had over it with the scars anyway.
Those suits were very nice for the time. Probably like a $5,000 suit. It's a very nice.
That's
suit
where all
for
the budget
time.
went.
That's where it all went. But yeah, I don't know why you guys keep doing this to me. Is what I don't understand.
Which part?
the making you watch bad movies
like this. Reliving my childhood.
Tito's like, what have I done to you, Mark?
Well,
did
Tito,
I wrong you in some way? Did I insult you?
I'm just kind of a prick.
But it's bad. I appreciate the fact that at least I have a group of people that can either suffer in my pain or at least have a little fun while we're doing it.
We'll commiserate with you, Tito.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
No. You're never alone.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, this movie blows.
You never watch alone.
This movie is like a broken vacuum that doesn't suck.
Pro-convention. I see what you did.
You see what I did there?
Friends don't let friends watch bad movies
That's
alone.
right. They definitely. That's right. Take away the. What did we say last week? Have a designated driver to take away the bad movies. Friends don't let friends watch bad movies. I certainly do, though.
Yeah,
So,
you're
welcome.
You're like a mad scientist in that regard. You take evil pleasure in inflicting bad movies on other people, and you just sit back with this smile on your face as you look at other people's expressions at what they're witnessing. Like, you're the doctor behind Malcolm McDowell in A Clockwork Orange, as he's, his eyes are transfixed on that screen, and you're just like with sadistic glee.
It's like a live reaction video, and you're the director. You're just like,
You're not wrong, but think of all the things you could have missed. Just think of going through a life not knowing that the
Birdemic
room and
Birdemic.
Birdemic.
Yes, thank you for. I will say that. I love The Room. So.
Okay, so you're welcome, Derek. See?
I was thinking about that today.
And I love this movie.
Yeah.
Do you
This
really?
movie was great. No.
Oh, all right.
Totally. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Somebody hit him in the head. This my thought is this movie sucks as well. I was never a huge Captain America fan to begin with, really. But I was curious to see the movie and rent it.
Commie.
That's what I did. I am a commie. Totally.
Pinko? Right? What does that mean? What does pinko commie mean?
Means you're
What is the
you're
pinko?
like a
mean?
Russian
red with a shade
sympathizer.
of pink.
What is
I don't-
the pinko?
I don't know.
because
We'll have to look that up.
This isn't a history
mixed with
lesson.
white.
I'm not looking it up,
I
guys.
know, yeah, you don't have to look it
All
up.
right,
No one
guys.
asked, right?
I asked, yeah. You asked,
Tito, that's one you can do on your own time.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do it later.
It's all pink on the inside.
when you get home while in the tub. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, so I did rent this movie because I was familiar with Captain America. I was reading Marvel comics at the time, and any superhero showed up in a Spider-Man book, I was interested enough to see, what they could do on their own. And this one did very little. I only really had a couple of Batman movies to compare it to at the time, but this movie is just. It's just badly made. It's boring. It's a boring. I don't mind all the bad effects. I don't mind the bad costume. I don't mind the cheesy acting because I love movies like that. But what I don't like is a movie that's boring. And this movie is very just boring. It just drags and it just doesn't reach any kind of superhero kind of climax. It's just like, hey, Captain America. There's Red Skull. He doesn't have a red skull anymore. He sounds like Khan from Wrath of Khan, and he gets knocked off a cliff, and that's it. That's all it takes. Here's like
comically, even.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, here's an hour of Steve Rogers hanging out with his girlfriend in a house. Steve Rogers in the house for an hour of this movie.
Which is creepy because isn't it like his ex-girlfriend's daughter?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody just glosses over that.
I know immediately.
Yeah.
That's her daughter, dude. I mean, and now we in current times he started to get with what's it with
Sharon.
Sharon. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know it's her niece, but you're running through that family like a recessive gene. What's going on?
I like that she was like, damn, I wish I wasn't married to this guy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I would have dropped this dress in 2 seconds for you, Steve. She really was like, oh, keep hugging me, Steve.
Yep.
And then she died, right? They get killed?
She died.
I think.
Gone.
I think they all died.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, there are spoilers in this 1990
30-year-old movie.
Their vacuum
I
stopped
think it's a
working.
30-year moratorium. I think we're okay.
I think you're right, Marco.
You got anything else?
No, go ahead, Derek.
I think that like the biggest problem for me is that it didn't feel like a Captain America movie at all. Like you, I can deal with cheesy acting. I can deal with poor costumes or settings or whatever. But A, to change Red Skull to Italian is ridiculous, and B, I mean, other than the two of them, you really didn't have anybody from the comics. You didn't have any type of story from the comics, and it they just tried to modernize it, make it one of those bad cop shows, and
pretty much,
so it was just it wasn't what it should have been. I always got this one confused with the other one.
Me
the one
too.
from the 70s.
Yeah.
The 70s is the good one.
The one with Red Brown, yeah.
Well, in the 70s one, they had like I just remember the motorcycle.
Did you hear that? There is two.
I know.
There are two.
I showed you
70
that.
Movies. You showed me one. But
No, the one. There's 2 movies on one disc.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
He did. All right.
He's got them all.
I can't
Brian
wait.
has them all now.
I did. I bought.
Have a bad Marvel day.
The second one is Death Too Soon.
Yep.
Yes.
Do they send you money back with the movies?
There was a
Like,
5
you
slipped
pay 10,
in.
they give you
Amazon
7
paid
back.
me to help them clear their shelf.
Get yourself a little voucher.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I remember a motorcycle helmet with just wings painted
Exactly.
on it,
Yeah.
right? And
And a weird blue shield, like a
Right.
tinted blue face shield in front of
Yeah.
it. Now.
right. But it is Slab Bulkhead from Space Mutiny.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
gotta give him some love. Big McLarge huge.
Big McLarge, huge.
Sorry, Derek.
No, that's all right. That's because that's all I had.
Slam meat fist.
All right, shall we take a little dive through this? I worked out the
Power
plot
through
the
it.
best I could.
You worked out the plot.
I worked it
Oh, at
out.
least
I worked
somebody
out a
did.
better plot. I made some notes.
Everybody got their drinks at the ready. Just
All right.
brace yourselves.
I just got to read my own writing, so this is gonna be a little, what's the word, shoddy?
Dicey.
Got a little dicey.
Yeah,
Andrew
dicey.
Dicey play, a little shoddy.
Just like the movie.
Just like
Just like my vacuum. Shoddy. I'm getting a lot of pleasure out of this.
I
don't know
can
if you
tell. You totally are.
And this week ends our dad joke segment. Thank you, Tito.
Hi, Tito. Do you enjoy this? Well, here I come to shit all over it.
It's so fun. No, it's fun.
Okay.
Dead horse, meet Tito.
So, Marco, you probably remember a lot more than this than I do, so feel free to jump in, correct me, or add to these notes, okay?
Sure.
I'm going with kind of a rough outline of what's going on throughout this opus.
Dude, if you have more than a paragraph, my head's going to explode.
Oh my God.
How do you have multiple pages?
You've got the entire working script.
Which, by the way, Ronnie Cox felt was like one of the best scripts he ever wrote. But I have no idea how they screwed up the movie.
Come on.
No.
Ronnie Cox.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Is he the guy that directed
No, he
Freddy
was
versus Jason?
No.
That's Ronnie Yu.
Oh, Ronnie Yu.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
No, Ronnie Cox was in RoboCop.
Yeah, he's
Hey, he's
Bogomil
Bogomil
and-
from Beverly Hills Cop.
Bogomil, yeah.
and
first
he's who is he?
He's in Total Recall. He's
yeah, what's his-
Cohagen.
Cohagen.
Yes,
I was going to
that's
say
right. Yeah,
Quado,
Cohagen.
but
Yeah.
Quado is
yeah.
the mutant. There's
Yes.
Quaid, Quado, and
A lot of cues.
yeah, and Cohagen gives you people air. Here we go. All right, so the movie opens in 1936 in an American Werewolf in London nightmare mode as young boy genius Tadzio De Santis, I think I'm saying that right, a.k.a. Red Skull.
A nice German boy.
Yeah. See,
Oh, he's a spicy meatball.
he's a spicy Italian skull, spicy skull. Oh, that would have been a great AKA. That's a spicy skull. Oh, well. You know, too little, too late.
win 'em
AKA
all.
Red Skull. He is kidnapped after seeing his family killed by evil government agents. Turns out Tatsuo here on whatever his name is.
Tetsuo.
No, he's
What are we,
Japanese.
Yeah. Hey, they made him Italian. I can make them what I want.
You're going for all the Axis powers, aren't you?
Tadzio De Santis?
Tostito de salsa. There. That's nice and terrible.
I hear he's a sponsor of Batman Unburied.
Yeah. So it turns out Tadzio is needed for an experimental project to create fascist super soldiers that will one day rule the world. But unfortunately, one of the people on the project is not quite Helen Mirren, Dr. Maria Vazelli, who doesn't a lot of Italian. It's like a Godfather thing here. Doesn't like how mean her bosses are, basically, and they're being mean to little Toto or whatever his name is, and flees to America to try and continue her work there, because no better place to go than America because there's nothing.
Because there's no cats in America.
No cats in America,
That's right.
and the streets are covered with cheese. Did I get all that? Did I miss anything?
Yes.
Anything I want to add?
Oh, is that the end of the movie?
That was just the first
That's
5
the
minutes.
first part. my favorite, one of my favorite parts is that really awful stop motion Red Skull rat.
Oh, the rat in the cage. Yeah.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was just that stop, really cheesy stop motion.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And that's one of the first things you see. And that should that's a harbinger of things to come.
It would have been cool if it was like his pet and he just like a bald cat or whatever that he just hung on to forever. And then he got
like Dr. Evil with Mr. Bigglesworth.
And then he got plastic surgery for the rat too, and it had a power suit. You know, that would have been cool.
You're writing a better movie, Tito. Stop it.
It's not hard to do.
Get that rat a power suit.
Or like 4 turtles in the background.
Exactly. Red Splinter.
Oh, now we're cooking with gas.
See that?
Look at this.
The doctor jumps out of this. I mean, how many stories did she jump from? They just kind of tucked and rolled. You know, didn't break her legs or spine. Nothing.
Nope. Movie magic.
You're looking for logic here.
She's a doctor in a comic book movie. They get a lot of training.
They're very flexible.
Yeah, they're very flexible.
They're bouncy.
Pliable.
They're bouncy.
She's freaking weeble wobble.
It was the 30s. Doctors were more rubbery back then.
You could smoke in their offices.
That's what it was.
The nicotine saved her life.
So 7 years later, it's 1943 America. The government finds a volunteer named Steve Rogers, a frail soldier who was excluded from the draft because of polio, the disease that Tito did not know what it was. I don't think anybody knew.
When I was 10
I didn't know what
he had those blanks.
When it was 10 years old, when Tito was 10 years old, polio was eradicated.
There was no more polio.
I thought it was that game with the polo.
Oh yeah, water polio.
They
That's
get a
fun.
water version of polio. Let's play.
Is that the one that we caused with blankets?
That's smallpox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We didn't call. It wasn't like we didn't invent that
Yeah,
shit.
we did.
It was already
It was
around.
invented in a
We
lab.
added it to the fucking blankets.
I watched X-Files. I know what's going on.
To this day, Derek is too guilty to go to Plymouth Plantation.
That's right.
I don't want to get him sick.
A lot of white guilt.
He just walks through the Indian sections. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Not a buckle in Derek's house anywhere. No buckles.
No buckle. No tall black hats.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff happens here that's really not too exciting, though it probably should be. The formula is given to Steve Rogers.
Dude, you know what would have been really fucking cool?
What?
If they given the formula to fucking
rat.
FDR. And then FDR was Captain America.
Yeah.
Right.
That would have been cool. He had polio.
No,
give
that's
him give him some super soldier serum. Make this movie about FDR as Captain America fighting an Italian guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to
That
go
would
off
have been fun.
the grid.
Yeah, change it. Change it, Globus or Golem.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Give him a vibranium wheelchair.
Give him a super wheelchair, yeah.
Abraham Lincoln fought vampires. Why not have?
Hey,
Yeah,
that was a good book.
FDR, the super
Not
soldier.
such a good movie, but
And
it was a
that's
good
how
book.
Professor X came about.
Oh, my God.
That's right.
Look at that.
It was the crossover we all wanted.
FDR, we never knew we needed.
They gave him the super soldier serum, and all his hair fell out. And
He's a super mind now.
Except,
He's in your head.
in Doctor Strange, he just decides, I'm going to go to the dark, ominous spot,
Mhm.
and nothing bad's going to happen.
yeah,
to
let me reach my arm into this.
I'm
this
part of
creepy...
the Illuminati.
Yeah, he went out too easy.
Yeah, they all went out too easy.
That's because she's the most powerful.
I know.
But
He should have
Professor
held
X
his
went out way too easy.
He would have held his
Not
own
even,
longer. I think he should have held his
just-
own longer.
I don't know.
It would have been so much better with a mental battle between the two of them.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping
Shutting
for.
each other down versus her just popping up behind him and snapping his neck.
I don't mind the neck snap because I think that's badass, but I would have liked more of a back and forth for sure.
Yeah, I
Some
agree.
kind of battle where then she gets behind him.
Well,
and,
to be fair, we
she
got
rewrites Captain America
Mr.
1990.
Fantastic, and he did this.
Turn into spaghetti.
It would have been cool if like
gave away Black Bolt's power.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Shut up and just tell him, say, Black Bolt, say hi.
Tell her we surrender. Go ahead.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I dare you, say it.
Oh, Wanda, you are so great. Wanda, you are so huge. God, we're really impressed down here in the Illuminati. We can tell you. Every spermicide. Okay, so yeah, the formula is given to Steve Rogers. He's got super strength, great athletic ability. He's buff, jacked. He's Superman. He's
Sure.
Superman.
He's from Redondo Beach, California. Don't you know?
Yeah, exactly. Not the Bronx.
Muscle Beach?
Yep.
Muscle Beach. That's true.
Not anywhere near Brooklyn, by the way.
No,
Yeah,
no.
all.
Redondo Beach by way of Brooklyn.
Nope.
Some producer, like somewhere, was like, "There's no blondes in New York. We can't have a blonde."
No, some producer said we have $3 million. We cannot fly to New York.
That's exactly what
in
it
a
was.
city. We're in LA. Go down the street. Harry's got his house shut down. Just go over there and make the damn movie.
We can't go to New York. Woody Allen's over there right now. He's in a lot of trouble.
Just leave them be.
He's going to try to be in this movie. We don't want him.
It's a lot of Corona in New York. Leave them out.
So yeah, the formula's given. He gets strong. Unfortunately, before they can make any more of him, Dr. Vasily is murdered by a Nazi spy who had infiltrated that whole group and was like, "Haha, here I am." Wait, that's exactly what he's done too. We find Captain America now
That's
pitted
not
up.
Dr. Erskine?
Huh? Yeah.
That's not Dr. Erskine?
Was it Dr. Erskine?
It wasn't. That's the point. Why are you changing things that don't need to be changed?
Exactly.
There's no reason to change it.
I don't know.
They didn't read anything.
Everybody looked alike.
They didn't read anything.
No one knew the source.
No,
his daughter ends up in the movie, but
Steve,
was an actual
not
character.
Steve, the Captain America. What's his name? Matt Salary is a Captain America fan. He loved the comic. That's why he was dying to do this part.
Yeah. And then what happened?
I don't know. He didn't
looked at the
voice up.
script
He's
and
like,
went,
guys,
"Oh, shit."
this is nothing like the comic.
Is the ink dry on that contract? Is there any way we can erase that?
Guys, I have a comic book right here. I will read it to you. Get under the covers.
They're like, "Shut up, Matt. We gave you your $500. Now say the goddamn lines."
You're lucky Schwarzenegger turned this down and Dolph Lundgren.
And
For real. Imagine Schwarzenegger in this movie.
And Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Oh my
that's
God,
right.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
He was doing the Doors.
He wanted to do the Doors.
Oh,
I think that was a good move.
I do too.
Yep.
It's tough, man. He's got that mole on his chin. Just, that's him. That's
Nobody recognized that mole in Batman.
No, they weren't looking for it.
They didn't want to see it. Nope.
Suspension of disbelief.
It's not him. I don't see it.
It was all about the
Did
lips.
your mole just speak to me? Did your mole just speak to me?
It's all about the lips on that movie.
Oh, totally.
His lip line.
And the
with
car.
that mask.
Chicks
Well,
dig the car.
The car.
I did not
And the
dig that
nips.
car at all.
Yeah.
Do you remember the smirk?
No.
The smart.
The smirk. Yeah, he has one scene where he's got like this smirk on his face.
As Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she tells him that she ends up wanting Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And as Batman, he turns away. He's like, I got her.
That's
Ridiculous smile.
yeah.
I know. I remember shouting at my Batman doesn't smile.
Little did you realize you were only another movie away to a Batman credit card.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Don't leave the
In this
kids
one, we
out.
had I'll get drive-through.
Oh,
Remember that stupid commercial that he did?
no, that wasn't the commercial. That was in the movie.
That was in the
That
movie.
was no, but didn't they reuse it in a commercial too? It was
Yeah, it was a Taco Bell.
Yeah,
They
Taco
did.
Bell or something.
Yeah.
At that point, because McDonald's told him to take a hike after Batman Returns and kissing and scaring everybody with the penguin toys.
Oh my God. Imagine having to take a shit in that costume. I'm just thinking about eating Taco Bell and what it does to me.
I wouldn't eat not in that suit. No,
Like, there's no way I'm making it to that toilet in time.
you can't turn your head. You wouldn't know what way.
My
rubber.
Tito's got the bat
my
squirts.
bat butt flaps.
How much does costume cost? Sorry. We're gonna clean this. No,
Oh, worth it.
Can we get the zipper in the back end?
That's called a burner. We call that a burner.
It's all squidgy. I'm getting all emotional about it.
So now back to Captain America.
Back to the other shit.
No, I think
That's one big pile
this
of
is
shit.
how bad this movie is. I would rather talk about Batman Forever, and that's
Right?
That's saying
No.
something.
Yeah.
Because I hate that movie. I just hate it.
Come on, plug away.
Okay.
Trot on.
Okay,
Trot on.
so-
You're the one that wrote 3 pages.
I
Get
know,
through
right?
it, man.
I know. I am a victim of my own stupidity.
Hoisted by your own petard.
Hoisted by my own petard.
You're gonna forget that, like, it's your grocery
Petard.
list. You're gonna start reading, and you're gonna be like
Yeah.
carrots, grapes.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not part of the movie.
That's my shopping list.
Diet soda, 2 cases. Corn on the cob. No.
Corn nuts.
Corn nuts. Jalapeno cheese dip. Cheese dip. Wow, I ate a lot of cheese.
Get to Red Skull.
So we do find Captain America now pitted up against an adult DeSantis who is known as the Red Skull because the earlier test experiment on him didn't go as well. So now he looks like Satan's anus, and he really does. he looks like Voldemort dipped in hot sauce. He's an adult baby Donald Pleasance on a bender. Like, take your pick. This guy looks like anything except
the Red Skull.
A skull. Yeah. He just looks very red, and I don't know. It's awful.
Remember when they melted Chucky's face down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's exactly what he looks like.
Yeah.
Except that was cooler.
Right.
He looks like one of the Garbage Pail Kids.
He does.
Yeah.
He's got a hot dog.
Oh, Italian Red Skull. Captain America and Red Skull fight. Red Skull defeats Captain America and ties him to the missile he was planning to launch. The missile is launched, and Captain America crashes somewhere in Alaska. But before his crash, though, there is a young boy named Tom Kimball who manages to snap a pic of Captain Rocketeer as he's flying by. He's got this look on his face.
Right. Yep.
You know, and
Detective Tom Kimball.
Detective Don
It's
Kimball.
not a Tuma. That Tom Kimball.
That Tom Kimball.
Eating other people's lunches. Stop it.
And that boy grew up to be.
Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina.
That's Tom. Yeah. President Tom Kimball.
President, bad guy from Total Recall.
Good old Ronnie Cox.
Yeah, Ronnie Cox. Who I got to say, I am a big fan of. I've always loved Ronnie Cox. Makes a great bad guy, but can play a sympathetic good guy, as we've seen.
Yeah,
Beverly Hills
Bogomil. He's
movies.
awesome.
Bogomil. He's awesome.
There's like some decent people in this movie.
Yeah. Well,
Ronnie
yeah,
Cox
we
and
got
Ned Beatty.
You got Ned Beatty.
Well, we got Ned Beatty.
Well,
He's a good actor.
He's
Yeah.
okay.
The
He's Otis.
most exciting thing for me, the whole movie, was the fact that, like in the credits, I saw Francesca Neri, and I knew who that was, and I knew none of them did, but she played the Inspector Pazzi's wife in Hannibal.
Okay.
And she's absolutely beautiful, and she looks the same as she did in this movie.
That was the second one,
nice.
right? Hannibal was the one with.
With
one with
Julianne
Ray
Moore.
Liotta
Okay, I never saw that one.
Ray Liotta.
The late great.
Yeah, Gary Oldman.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yep, that's right.
That's right, Gary Oldman with
Oh,
the
wow.
pigs. He's got pigs in that movie.
Oh, no,
man.
I kinda
Yeah.
What's his?
I mean, that was the most amazing makeup.
Cordell.
I said, give me 4 stones. A case with 4 stones in it. No.
Disappointed.
Emotional damage.
But Ronnie Cox he grows up to be the
president.
Yeah, he's a veteran war hero. He's a president, and he's for the environment, man. This is still playing off the whole Superman 4, where we were very conscious about the environment, wanting to make our heroes super supportive of ridding the world of nuclear weapons and finding a peaceful solution.
And closing that hole in the ozone layer.
Exactly. Yep. Superman gathered up all the missiles in a net.
And Captain Planet.
The giant hook off space net.
Remember when he was evil in Superman 3?
Uh-huh.
If there's anything good to say about Superman 3.
He's flicking the peanuts at the mirror.
He gets laid. Superman basically just fucks a girl in the Statue of Liberty. Good for him. Family entertainment. Richard Pryor, everybody.
Total stud.
Not at all the start of the downfall.
No. So he is. It is 50 years later. Tom Kimball is president. His childhood friend Sam Kalowitz grows up to be Otis from Superman. We find out all the horrible things in the world are because of Red Skull, JFK's assassination, Martin Luther King's assassination, John Lennon getting shot, and Yoko Ono surviving. All the horrible things in this world.
Oh right, I forgot about that. They're like the Bobby Kennedy.
The Bobby Kennedy. The John Lennon one was a bad joke. I don't know if he actually did that, but they do mention this, and this confused me then, and writing this confused me too. The one thing he did not want was to assassinate President Tom Kimball. He wanted to kidnap him and brainwash him. And the reason being was they tried to assassinate, or they did assassinate Elvis Presley. And I missed this when we were watching this.
I didn't remember this either.
Yeah. Do you remember
Martin
hearing
Luther King?
Yeah, Martin Luther King. I remember that, and JFK and everything. But they talk about how the reason they don't want to assassinate Detective John Kimball there or whatever is because they apparently assassinated Elvis, but no one
By
wanted
mistake,
to. But no one believed it, so they couldn't revel in their victory.
Well, they
or
shouldn't
whatever.
have used a banana and peanut butter sandwich to kill him.
Well, there's that. But they also said that like when they did it to the other guys, it turned them into martyrs.
That's okay. That's what it was. Thank you.
That was in the movie?
That was in.
We saw
I
it?
don't remember that.
See, Ronnie Cox said it was the greatest script he ever read.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know if it's cut
He's
out or if
rocking that
there's
name. God bless him for rocking that name.
What,
Ronnie Cox? Yeah.
Yeah, he leaned into that hard.
Ronnie Hardcocks. That was in
So now,
another.
did we talk about how Rogers diverted the missile by just kind of giving it a kick?
Oh, no, we didn't.
We
Give
can
it
now.
kick a plate, just kicked a plate off of it, and the missile's like, all right, I'll just swoop up
Yeah.
over the White House. You got it, Steve. Let's go.
That's just aerodynamics, man.
Yeah. Steve and the Rocket went off on many adventures.
Steve and the Rocket.
Steve and the Rocket went off and had many adventures together.
But that's another
Pulling a
story.
hard right. Giving a quick jerk. Hard right. We're out.
Yeah, he saved the White House.
Yep.
And then the kid was like, you know what?
I gotta
I'm
take
so
a
glad he
picture.
saved it. I want to move into that house.
Yeah, that house. That's a nice
Someday.
crib.
Well, it's pre-cursed.
Yeah.
It's pre-cursed. It's not going to happen again.
Like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right. Did anybody remember that from The World According to Garp? When him and the wife go to buy a house and a plane flies into the side of it. She's like, we can't do it now. He's like, this is perfect. With Robin Williams.
No, I don't know. I have never seen that.
I've seen it, but
I
not
have
in
not seen
Jesus.
He's the
40 years?
A little biplane flies to the side of the house. He's like, this is perfect. It's pre-cursed. What's the odds of another plane landing in this house? We have to live here.
I have wanted to see that. I'm a huge Robin Williams fan. I don't know.
That's not Christopher Guest.
No, Jonathan Lithgow, who played the trans.
For Guffman?
I'm thinking of Waiting for Guffman.
Yeah.
Oh,
John
that's
Lithgow,
right.
yeah.
Yes, that
Oh.
was John Lithgow and Drag in that movie.
Excellent.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
It has been so long since I've seen that.
John Lithgow.
Wow, you're bringing it all back,
movie.
Marco.
Yeah.
Cool.
And my brother loved that movie. We actually named our dog Duncan, which was one of the kids' names in the movie. Yeah, I love that.
Nice.
That's awesome. I will check that out. You had me at John Lithgow in
Yep,
drag.
in drag, yeah.
John Lithgow in anything. A friendly Bigfoot movie? I don't know. John Lithgow.
Right.
Oh, all right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Strapping a Bigfoot to the car.
Show him the pasta maker.
That's right.
But not Santa Claus the movie, though. With Dudley Moore.
Dudley Moore?
The Dudley Moore.
Yeah, he's the...
That's my favorite, one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Is it really?
It really is. I go back to it every year.
Wow.
With what's it? Hiddleston's the last name. He plays Santa. That is
can't remember.
Dudley Moore is an
Yeah.
elf.
Yeah.
We have a Tito. Hold on a minute.
And Burgess Meredith plays Father Time, essentially, but I don't think they call him that.
This isn't the one with the guy from Big Lebowski as Santa, right? That's a different.
Oh, Huddleston. David Huddleston.
David Huddleston,
David
yeah.
Huddleston was in like what's that movie? Hudsucker Proxy and
Yep.
He's Lebowski. He's
Okay,
the
so
other
it is that
Lebowski.
one.
Oh, he is that guy.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
the Lebowski.
Oh, that Lebowski.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I knew there was a Santa Claus movie with him. I thought that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, Santa Claus the movie.
Anyway, what are we talking about? Doctor Strange. Okay. So, yeah, there's that whole thing. So President Detective John Kimball is held prisoner while Captain America, and we kind of glossed over this, so I'll go back and touch. He does reconnect. He's found in Alaska. He's brought back into the world. He's really frightened by everything he sees as he walks down one street and immediately gets to his girlfriend's house and.
I was gonna say, and sees a black man.
I like how he bursts out of the ice like the Hulk.
Yes, he does. And he's like, shit, where am I?
Yeah.
What year is this? It's a whole Terminator thing. What
Well, he
year?
still had Beatty's car.
Oh, he steals
right.
Ned
That's
Beatty's car. Oh,
I need your clothes, your boots, and your shitty car.
Come on, Otis. I saw Deliverance. I know how to get that car, buddy. So,
what do you think he was doing, like pre serum? Like he would get in cars and be like, "Oh, my polio's acting up," and then he would get out of the car and and he would hobble to the front. And they'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? You trying to steal my car?
Your legs don't work. How you gonna work those pedals, man?"
with my he was a frustrated car thief who just never got a break.
I know. He was like, finally, the
you have to
super
defend our country. Fuck that! I'm stealing cars, man. I'm gone in 60 seconds, baby. You see what Nicolas Cage is up to.
He's got polio. It's more like gone in 60 minutes.
That's funny because there's no more polio.
Right, so it's okay to make fun of it because it's gone.
This is like eradicated. I didn't realize how much I liked talking about polio.
3 offensive dads and a Tito.
No, it doesn't even matter because that shit you just get a shot and it goes away. That's what's so great about it.
Well, it's been nice. We're gonna get canceled. That's great.
Thanks for being with us on our last episode, Marco.
If anybody out there still has polio, get the fucking shot.
You can't make me.
Call me.
I have rights.
Call me because I would love to meet you. You belong in a museum.
So do you.
Do it. I knew you were gonna. I knew you as soon as he said it. That belongs in a museum.
So do you.
And so does polio.
Did you ever see Steve Harvey on Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars? And he talks about going into like doing club work and he's offending some lady. She's like, "My daughter had this, and that really offends." He's like, "Geez, I didn't know you were gonna be here tonight." Sorry. Come back tomorrow night because I'm really gonna have had it.
It's comedy. We're all just joking. If anybody does have polio out there,
no, I'm dead serious.
I'm sorry.
You need to take care of that because that shit doesn't exist anymore. So if you have it, see a doctor immediately.
Contact Tito at our website.
You shouldn't, is what I'm saying.
I would love to work a man and see a doctor and get rid of it.
If you got it, you shouldn't.
Okay, where are we?
Captain America, I think.
Oh, God. Yeah, he's. But I said this part.
You know
already.
what's better than this movie?
Anything.
Talking about polio.
Yeah.
Good, another AKA.
Captain Polio.
It's the critic review. I'd rather talk about polio than
Oh my God.
Then watch
That
this
belongs
movie.
to a bumper sticker or a poster? Poster.
It's polio. We're bringing it back.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says "I'd rather be talking about polio."
Yeah, right.
Well, the poster's sorted out.
I'm gonna
Good.
wear it to every
Look at the
event that I don't want to
posters.
be at.
See how well that flies. Okay, so yeah, the president is held prisoner while Captain America and his girlfriend run around hallways and scamper about while fighting Don Scullione because he is now Italian. He's no longer
Don
Red Skull.
Scullione. That's so good.
He's got the face, and he kind of looks like Jigsaw, and I think it was Punisher Warzone.
Punisher Warzone.
One of the Punisher
was
movies.
thinking that too.
Yeah.
When I saw him, I was like, "Oh, it's Jigsaw."
Yeah.
Great Jigsaw, terrible Red Skull.
One more.
Okay.
Captain America. It's worse than polio.
And that's been cured.
Unfortunately, there's no cure for this movie.
There's no cure for Captain
Unlike
America.
polio, there's no cure for Captain America.
We've cured polio, but not Captain America.
Continue on, my friend.
All 5 of our listeners are. Well, they know who we are. They're not.
They've never even heard of polio.
Yeah, I think
All 5 of our listeners
all 5
are
of the
recording.
listeners are Entertainment Rants.
Yeah. Yes. We're sorry, Bruno, Larry, and Mia.
Next show we hear these guys were making fun of polio. So trudging along, President Kimball escapes his cell, teams up with Captain America. They pull a siege on Castle Red Skull, and Captain America knocks Red Skull off a cliff. I mean, and General, we forgot to mention General Christmas Story, Darren McGavin.
Always playing both sides.
Both parents of
What a
A Christmas
scuzzball.
Story.
Yeah, Ralphie's mother and father are in this movie.
Yeah, and I believe Ralphie was up for the part of Red Skull, but he turned it down.
He was holding out for Iron Man.
Yeah.
The young Ned Beatty looked like Ralphie.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah,
at first.
definitely.
And that's his kid. That's Ned Beatty's kid in real life, I found out.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
had kids. Good
He
for
had-
him. I wouldn't have thought that could happen for him.
No, I
glad it
know
did.
I
I'm
jumped
glad
over
it
some
did.
stuff. Marco, you got
getting a
anything
woman
to add?
pregnant, I would have. Yeah, you definitely.
He's a pig man, Jerry. I found a pig man.
There's so many little gems in this movie,
There's
right?
There's a lot going on, but synopsis-wise,
synopsis-wise, it's perfect.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So,
It's little nitpicky things like the president's in the Oval Office wearing jeans and a shirt.
Yeah.
You don't see that often.
No, he was
Casual Friday.
Yeah, it was casual Friday around the Oval Office.
Marco,
He was the hippie president.
They blew their wardrobe budget on the uniform, the Captain America uniform and the animatronic rat.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't afford a suit for the president.
No suit for you.
No suit for you.
Suit Nazi. I think he was just he was hosting a game show that day. He was doing something for charity. I don't know. He wanted to be. He was one of the people. This was a president who was one of the people. He was that president like you see in Independence Day.
That's right.
That actually,
President Bill Pullman.
That actually cared. That's why it's a movie. Because I can't picture any president in jeans and a shirt being like, "I'm right there with you."
We care about you. Put a suit on. You're the president. Class it up a little bit.
Yeah, Darren McGavin, who does turn out to be a bad guy in this. As our listeners, a lot of us are fans of Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
Yep.
Love Darren McGavin. Love Christmas Story. Love Billy Madison. I still love Billy Madison because he's in it. Love him in X-Files, the two episodes he was in. He's a great character actor. He's got wonderful lines. In this, he is just boring and wasted. Like a lot of the talent in this movie, boring and wasted. Ned Beatty doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. He gets in a car, he gets out of a car. He answers a phone, he hangs up a phone.
Does he die?
Does Ned Beatty dies?
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he die?
Yeah, because he was the president's best friend as a kid, and then the president takes it hard later on.
He sends him to
Yes.
right, and then the daughter kills him. Red Skull's daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
Francesca Neri.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Derek, yeah.
I'm on it. I'm
Good
on it.
job.
You wish you were.
Now,
I'd like to eat her liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Bend her over a barrel and show her the 50 states, I can tell you. That's not a thing. It is now.
So, more to my more Marvel knowledgeable friends, the differences between Red Skull and in the comics and in the movie, besides the obvious, like what are some of the differences? I know his daughter in this is different, or doesn't. I remember reading that whole thing is different in the books as well. Does he have a daughter in the comics?
He does.
He does.
He has a daughter. Her name, I looked her up earlier. I wasn't familiar with her, and I was looking up the characters.
All right.
But her name is Sin, is I guess her villain name.
Okay.
Short for Cindy.
Cindy Brady.
Cindy Brady.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Red Skull is fucking, man, he's so maniacal. He's such a badass. And he has that very, very Doom-esque approach to villainy.
Yeah, he does.
Kind of remaking the world the way, because he's not necessarily. What's funny is that he's kind of using the Nazis, right? Because he thinks they're idiots. He kind of thinks they're idiots. He's like, no, I got a better plan.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember when Red Skull and Joker teamed up to fight Batman and Robin?
No.
It was a crossover event, and it was the kind of the Dick Sprang era. So it was kind of the more cheesy era.
Did you just say the Dick Sprang?
Dick Sprang.
I want to see a Dick Sprang and Ronnie Cox crossover.
What is it pertaining?
But what's funny is
with a little lemon twist.
That's good. I'm making myself in the back.
You should try it.
This is my booth.
If it's not too much trouble. No, it's not too much trouble.
Well. Foley is here to see her.
Sounds like a
I love how he just gives up. I love how he just gives up on it. Just tell her Foley is here to see her.
No, but there is a crossover with Joker and Red Skull, and Batman and Robin team up with Captain America and Bucky to fight the two of them, and Red Skull and Joker are actually about to win the whole story until Joker, at the end of the story, realizes Red Skull is a Nazi. And Joker's like, he's like, I don't want to work with Nazi. I may be crazy, but I'm not working with the Nazis. And turns on Red Skull.
That's
so it's like the Rocketeer.
I was going to say, they get that line from the Rocketeer. Yeah. I may be a gangster, but I ain't no Nazi.
Yeah, so if anybody wonders if Joker has a line, that's it. He's many things, but he will not work with the Nazi.
Joker says, get the fuck out of here. No, I'm serious. I said it myself.
All right, have I missed anything, or did we pretty much get this movie in a nutshell?
No, I think we've talked enough about it.
That's the god awful plot. I mean, that's the whole plot. What did I say?
The god awful plot. That's the god awful plot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can you drink enough and make this good? Marco, let's start with you, sir. Can you drink enough and make this enjoyable?
I don't see how there's enough alcohol. In Massachusetts, in New England, you'd have to venture. You'd have to venture and get some backup because no, there's just not. I mean, especially if you're any kind of a Marvel fan, if you've heard of a Marvel comic, if you've read a Captain America comic in your past, no, you just can't. You just can't. You just want to hand it back to them and go, try again. Try again.
Brian?
Yeah, it's riffable. I think it's riffable. I think it's a good movie to get together with your friends, have a few beers, and just laugh at it. But try and just enjoy it for what it is, you can't. You can't. It's just so bad. There's nothing you can salvage from it except for maybe a few chuckles at its own expense.
Tito?
I would recommend this movie if you're a comic book fan.
Really?
Yeah, see it just because.
As a warning?
Just because. Yeah, just because.
Let this serve as an example
most
to
comic
others.
book movies, I would just see it just because. Because you know how good things are and, it's kind of fun.
Which is kind of like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Looking back at it.
For me, this kind of movie, it was terrible. I'm not going to watch it again.
I bought it on DVD, Tito.
Christ.
We
All right, fine,
just
I'll
might.
watch it again. I'll give you $7 to set it on fire.
Do I owe you money because I recommended this?
I'll give you $7 if you set it on fire and throw it in a
Marco is only a 40-minute drive away. I think we can put it in his mailbox for him.
I recommended this. I think I owe you money.
We should tape it to his front door.
You know what you do is
with a knife right through it.
It's like waking up with a horse head in your bed. Oh my God, it's a Captain America DVD.
Marco's gonna wake up tomorrow morning. There it is, covered in a pool of blood. Ah!
I got Venmo.
It's my turn. Yeah. I agree with you, Brian. It's riffable, but it's bad. I could never sit down and watch this by myself, or would never have the need to. And there are bad movies I love to watch.
Yeah.
And just have on in background if I'm working or whatever. Nothing beats a bad movie you've seen 100 times.
Exactly.
So you can just draw or whatever. But
zone out to it.
This you can't.
No.
Because if I try to play this movie again, my hatred for it will distract me, and I won't be able to. So, but if you are with a group of friends and you're drinking and your vacuum sucks or whatever, there you go, Tito. Worked it out to you.
Per usual.
Sit down and have a riff at this movie. Derek.
I just think that it serves as a nice reminder to appreciate what we have. We go back and we watch the 90s and early 2000 movies, and those are bad enough, but once upon a time it was even worse. Yeah. So it almost makes you appreciate Ghost Rider and Daredevil and not Elektra.
Yeah.
Almost.
But where they got to, even if terrible,
exactly. Like at least they started folding in stuff from the actual comics.
Honestly, I always felt like Captain America is kind of a hard sell.
Yeah,
it's an easy name to remember.
Yeah.
And the costume is very,
iconic.
You know what you see it,
Yeah.
Captain America.
Yeah.
It's very straightforward, but he's strong and he throws a shield, and I've always felt like it was a hard sell.
It is.
I didn't really get into Captain America until much later on when he was doing like Civil War stuff. That's kind of where I really got into Captain America. I always thought it was cool. But yeah, that shield is kind of a hard sell, man.
Yeah.
And Chris Evans did a lot for Captain America. DC's done a lot. Disney and Marvel have done a lot to like make that character really, really cool.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it's out of the pages in The Wrong Element, it's a goofy looking costume. It's like
Right.
Superman. Donner made it work, but there are two Superman films where he just doesn't look. He just looks terrible in that suit. Never mind the film, just out of place.
Well,
He looks
and
goofy.
nowadays in the comics, he spends a lot of time out of that costume.
Right.
Like
He did.
They
But
don't
it's
really
still,
show him
but in the right
costume as
movie
much.
and in the right set.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like in the
works.
Joe Johnston movie from the beginning of the MCU,
First Avenger.
the first Avenger,
Yeah.
when Joe Johnston directed it, who also directed the Rocketeer, so he has experience dealing with a superhero.
Jurassic Park
Nazis.
3.
Yeah, exactly.
That's because there were no Nazis in that movie.
Yeah, there
That's
was
right.
no,
Right.
but
Should have been.
but the costume was like cobbled together at first.
Yeah.
He had like a real but it was like a USO
Yeah, he's got
knockoff
the
helmet at
helmet, he
first,
has, like, an
and he had the
actual
leather
shield.
jacket with the the U.S. we were selling like war bonds costume, underneath, and then it just kind of like became what it became.
Yeah.
And I liked that origin for it. You know, it was like organic.
It was nice to see it evolve over the series.
And then he's up on stage, and the other the real soldier making fun of him because he's wearing the red boots. It's like
he's got the old school Kirby design, right?
Yeah, exactly. Which was really
they've done that really well, right? Like they've done that in so many movies. We had a brief dealing with that even in Luke Cage.
Yeah,
very briefly when he's got like the old Power Man costume on. Like they've done really well. Like all right, we saw Wanda do it for the Halloween episode.
And I don't know if anybody saw the first episode of Superman and Lois yet. He does show up in the very first costume with the S over the black, and it's very goofy.
The black shield.
And the guy and somebody says, "Hey, nice suit," and he's like, "Thanks, my mom made it for me." I mean, that's awesome.
Taken from the cover, right? Because he's holding the car.
Yeah, he's got the car up.
The same in the I love that show.
I'm almost done with Stargirl. I'm gonna get into that in a minute though, because we're getting ahead of ourselves. So do we all have everything?
Yeah. No, I've said my piece.
All right, cool. Then let's jump into what's making our geek flag fly. Margo, do you got anything making your geek flag fly right now, sir?
These days, I obviously Obi-Wan, I'm enjoying. I want to like it more. The last episode, I just watched it today. That was probably the best one so far.
I agree, Marco.
And the other show I've actually started to enjoy, and I didn't think I was Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
I did not expect to like that show at all. I don't really have affinity for the character. I've never really read the comics or anything like that.
Here.
So I'm not like comparing it, so that maybe that's why I'm enjoying it. But I think they're doing, and I'm not huge. I haven't been a teenager for a very long time, so teenage angst shows like even Spider-Man, the first two, especially the first one, was very teenagery, and that was a hard sit for me. But this show, for some reason, it's just caught my attention. It's fun. It's goofy. It's a lot of that, Instagram type stuff going on in the background. But I think she's doing a really great job, and I think she'll do well in the future as an actress. I think she's really good. So I think they got the right person for the job.
Oh, they absolutely did.
She holds her own.
She is so bubbly.
Yeah, the girl who's playing Leia.
Oh, can't not help but like
it. Yeah, I agree.
So that's what I'm up to right now.
Yeah.
Nice. How about you, man?
I'm watching like Marco. I thought that Obi-Wan, the new episode was awesome. I like Marco watched it earlier tonight and thought it was great. There's a show that's on Paramount Plus called Evil. I don't know if you guys watched that.
With him. Yeah.
Season 3 just started. I totally didn't even know it was starting, and my wife and I started watching the show back when it was season 1 started on CBS.
Yeah.
Right on the network, and it was a decent show. My wife, likes all that supernatural stuff, and I do too for the most part, but I don't get into it like she does. But I kind of stuck with this one because it stars Mike Coulter, who plays Luke Cage in the Luke Cage series from Netflix. And he's great. He's awesome. He plays in this show. He plays like a somebody who's like a hair's breadth away from becoming a priest, but he hasn't quite made that commitment yet. And yet he's on this team for the Catholic Church to investigate possessions and stuff, and they sort of perform exorcisms and exorcise demons, and it's a small team. The other guy on their team is I don't know if you guys remember, it's a deep dive into the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Number 2, Mr. Aziz, the guy that owned the pizza place that Peter Parker worked for.
Yeah.
He's the other guy on his team. Yeah. And it's good. So, but and long story short, is season 3 just started on Paramount Plus, and I think they've only dropped the 1 episode for it. It looks like they're doing 1 a week, but it's really good. If you guys haven't checked it out yet,
I watched the first season and then I got into the second season, but I kind of fell off. But I really enjoyed it.
The guy that was in Lost, was it Linus?
Oh yeah,
in Lost?
Michael Emerson.
Yes, he's in it. And he's playing the same weirdo that he plays in everything.
It's very cool. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
Yeah,
I think my polio just kicked in.
He was on that Person of Interest, right?
He was.
Yes.
That's right. With Jason Caviezel. Jim Caviezel.
Jim Caviezel.
Jesus.
Because every episode is you're not sure if it was an exorcism or if it was all bullshit.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And the woman that's assigned with them
is
she's the more grounded one.
But now it's turning out like she might actually be possessed. So something's going on with her mom too. It's like
the Christine Lottie's in it.
Christine Lottie plays her mom. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
The effects in her are fucking awesome.
They really are. And the funny thing is now that it's on Paramount Plus, as opposed to like I said, the first season was actually on CBS. Like now it's on Paramount Plus. They've upped they use F-bombs like crazy. But it's just good. It's just good. Even without the R-rated aspect of it that is taken now, because they're more free because they don't have to deal with the censors. But it's good. It was a good show to start, and it's getting better. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm looking forward to more of season 3.
Cool.
I have a question.
Yeah.
We have wives, right?
Yes.
My wife loves to watch like the murder cult shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a big Dateline 20 years, so she watches all those, but she watches them right before bed.
Oh wow.
My wife does too. Yep.
And I don't understand. She cannot fall asleep if I'm watching a Marvel movie.
Really? But she watches that?
Thank you. The aliens freak me out. They invade my dreams. But the actual murderers and rapists that actually exist don't infiltrate your dreams at all.
So let me ask you this, Marco. Does she not listen to your podcast, but she listens to nothing but true crime?
I don't remember the last time she's listened to ours. Thank you for that, my wife. But she does. I think she listens to like the true crime and all those.
Because that's what mine does too.
So my wife, when I started this, she was very much for it. She'll tell anybody the same story. She's like, "I'm really happy you're doing the podcast. You know, you get to be creative, and I don't have to hear about this shit anymore."
Yep.
Thank you. That's what my wife said too.
If I'm not going to listen to you do it at home, why am I going to listen to your podcast?
I don't want to hear it. Save it for your friends.
Yeah.
Save it for the podcast.
Speaks for all the wives.
What about you, Tito?
I flew through the Wastelanders series.
Yeah.
Oh, I started that, and I have to finish it.
I finished all of them. Old Man Star-Lord.
Yeah, I'm halfway through Old Man Star-Lord.
I finished the Black Widow one, and just in time, they started a Wolverine one. And the first episode essentially is giving you the Old Man Logan story.
Nice.
Of how.
Good.
How.
That's cool.
I've got more to listen to.
Yeah. So and Robert Patrick is Wolverine.
Oh, nice.
He does a pretty cool Wolverine.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
And what was the other one what was the Black Widow?
Hawkeye.
And Hawkeye.
There's
that was
Hawkeye.
Right. Yeah. And they released, but outside of the Old Man Star-Lord, they kind of focus on lesser characters. Mm-hmm. Like Black Widow's kind of a background character. Hawkeye's kind of a background character. It's more about his daughter. Mm-hmm. The Black Widow one is about a girl who they all live in this high rise and something's going on. It's all espionage.
Yeah.
But really, really fun. And they all have these really great twist endings, which made it that much better. Because I liked Unburied. I would have liked more Riddler and less Poison Ivy.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I liked the way it ended with the Riddler. And these shows just have these really great twists at the end and really great cast. So that's that. Stranger Things. I went back and started from season 1, and I fucking breezed through it in I don't know, a weekend, maybe 4 days or something.
Wow.
I'm probably gonna watch season 4 again because I liked it that much. I forgot how much I love this show. It's been it had been so long. I forgot how much I loved it.
Yeah, it's back to the greatness of the first season.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. And then this is one of the few shows me and my wife watched together. Is The Boys is back.
Yeah.
I'm 3 episodes in.
Yep.
Son of a bitch, is it back?
Yes, it is.
It's front. It's tiny and explosive.
Yeah. They amp it up every season.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Every season's more of a hold my beer.
Yep.
Yeah,
seriously.
Right.
But the guy said that. The writer said that because they're like, no, you can't do that. And he's like, oh yeah, watch me.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Watch me.
Which is crazy. It's because it's the guy who made Supernatural. So it's imagine if he could have had that on Amazon. Because even that show on the CW got pretty gruesome at certain points. Yeah. They were pushing the limits for a while with that show.
Yeah.
This show, it's just a great cast.
And I like the fact that they had Jim Beaver from Supernatural
Yes.
playing Bobby Singer, and he played Bobby Singer in this one too.
Yeah. He's like Senator Bobby Singer.
Senator Bobby Singer. I'm like, Jesus, it's the same guy playing a character with the same name.
So awesome. But yeah, those are
the multiverse.
Is that meta, Tito?
Multiverse crossover.
That's got to be meta.
It's totally meta. I've also been I've been catching up on a lot of shows. I've been watching Obi-Wan, which Obi-Wan is good. It could be better, but it's not awful. I'm enjoying it. I love The Boys. The Boys is just
The Boys is fantastic.
Every minute of that show is, you think I crossed the line? No, here's this. Here's this. So you like last season, that opening with the two guys. I don't want to give it away, but rarely does my jaw drop watching a TV show anymore. But both,
the
Sarah
termite.
And
Are you talking about the termite?
The termite.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sarah and I were like, oh shit. Yeah.
You and everybody else.
That show was great. I've been catching up on all the DC shows, and I'm currently on season 2 of Stargirl. And Stargirl is surprisingly awesome. Much like Marco said, I haven't been a teenager for a long time, so that teenage angst that the CW stuff, the CW does, it just drives me the fuck nuts. It stops the show. It's boring. This one has a little of it, but it's for a show that should have teenage angst. It's very dark, and I am a huge JSA fan, and the tie-ins to the JSA characters are awesome. The way they're writing the characters are great. The way they bring back the mythology of classic DC, I think, is done very well.
Yeah.
You get some if you're a DC fan, you get some nods, some favorite characters coming back. The cast is really good.
They don't have time to like do anything but be heroes on that show.
Yeah.
Like they don't give the characters time to like get into their feelings and who's dating who and
no,
like
they don't.
They
brush up.
It's almost like they don't have personal
very
lives.
Quick, but there's always a threat, and I love how they're handling the villains in this show. In season 1, they're parents with kids. I mean, they're hiding out in the community, and in season 2, the main bad guy is Eclipso, which is a great DC villain, and I've never seen him brought to the screen other than the Justice League cartoon, and the way they just brought him out. He looks like Eclipso in the comics, and that's what this show does. It doesn't matter how ridiculous the costumes may look, how well they translate. They all come out in classic JSA villain costumes, and that's all I've ever wanted to see from these fucking CW shows, comic book movies,
all the way up to the movies.
All the way to the movies. That's all I ever wanted. I don't like the realism in this crap. I want the capes, the masks. They may look goofy, but they're fun to watch. So for a show,
we don't have to get into the white Batman cowl eyes tonight, but
we're on that.
The Flash costume, the Flash costume for Ezra Miller, and I don't know about you guys. Let's not talk about the cowl, but Batman himself, the suit. For so long, everything is armored. Why? He's a ninja. You can't hit him. And when you do, he kind of goes to Alfred and says, sew this up, let's go. Why are you armoring up a ninja and basically taking away every ability to fight?
It takes away the prowess, a lot of the stamina.
Yeah,
sure.
it makes him more cumbersome.
Yeah, he's got that League of Assassins training. And I like the white slits for the eyes.
Yeah,
I want to see that happen.
No, you don't want that.
I don't want to see that. Yes, I do.
No,
yes, I do, Tito.
I got to see those
it can work.
brown eyes.
No, I don't want to see eyes in Batman.
Beautiful
No.
Marco,
do you see what I'm going through here?
As he leans in close, Tito, and goes, I'm Batman.
Now imagine seeing it without being able to see his eyes. But the cowl animates like Deadpool and his brow furrows.
That would be
cool. You can't see his eyes.
Yes.
Right? So the eyes are the window to the soul. No eyes, no soul.
I don't care what universe it is. I want a blue and gray Batman suit. And I want the suit. I want the eyes, the winged cape. I don't care if it's the 60s show with a revival.
Got it, old chum.
Exactly. Shark repellent and all. And I want to see some shark repellent coming back.
So did the Kittner boy.
I can get behind the black and gray suit, or at least an all black suit. I'm okay. I got it. I would love to see. Much like Marvel does, right? We're all black and gray with Batman. He has been for a long time. But here's an old version with the blue and gray that he used to, you know what I mean? Like the Captain America in First Avenger. Here's the old suit. We're going to throw you a little bone here. Here's the original costume.
That's all we need, even if it's not a whole movie, just a glance of what could have been. Who's not? Derek. Want to finish this off?
Bring us home.
Well, so I did see Jurassic Park Dominion, and I was pleasantly surprised and pleased. I liked it. I'm sure we'll talk about it more. Eventually, we're going to do a Jurassic Park show about the series. So I won't go too much into it.
Only Jurassic Park all the time? Like 24 hours a day?
That's what I would sign up for that channel. But no, as a diehard fan of the original, I was happy. It's a nice way to bookend the series. series, they should definitely not make more.
And what are the chances of that?
Exactly. Yeah. No. Well, I mean, it's Universal. It's not Warner Brothers.
Who
so.
directed this?
No, but they were originally slated to do 9. They originally optioned the right to do 9 of them.
Yeah. Really? Wow.
Colin Trevorrow.
Trevorrow.
Yep.
Directed it.
That's a lot of parks. That's 9 parks.
And then the other thing that
They're running out of islands.
I'm super psyched about. I don't have it yet, but it is relatively cheap. It's only a $40 game. They just released it's Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. It's on all the gaming platforms.
I saw this.
Shredder's Revenge.
It is. It's got 13 different games in it, and including like the original Nintendo game that I loved as a kid.
Oh God,
Turtles in Time.
That was hard.
Yeah.
When you had to swim through the electrified coral and defuse the bombs, I broke many a Nintendo.
You get out of the sewer and then you're driving from above. And
I'm super excited. I'm definitely gonna pick it up. It's the Nintendo game, the original Nintendo game was.
That's like tomorrow, I think.
One of the first.
Doesn't it get the 16th?
I think so. Yeah. Yep. One of the first games I ever played was that on Nintendo. Jaws on Nintendo and Ninja Turtles on Nintendo.
Oh, Jaws.
Because my mom knew me. She's like, we got him in Nintendo for Christmas.
Let's
get him
me.
these 2 games.
They really get me.
Did you say Turtles in
They got me.
Turtles in Time was a part of that?
Turtles in Time.
Oh, that's such a great game.
13 games. So I'm assuming like any
game
game that's ever been made about the Ninja Turtles is in it.
Damn.
All right. Awesome.
Yep.
Is anybody going to pick up Gotham Knights?
I'm gonna see the pilot to have a laugh.
No, the problem with
the game or the show?
The game. No, forget the show. The show doesn't exist.
See, but Marco, the problem that I have with this game is that they're only putting it on the next generation systems.
Thank you. I found that out like 2 days ago.
And you know what? I would
only be on the 5.
If they actually had the PS5s in stores, maybe I'd get one.
Right.
I can't friggin' find one anywhere.
No,
and
you
it's
won't
been
know
like
why
a year.
either.
So
no, you won't. And I have like an Xbox One, and they only got to do it for the X or the S on the Xbox side of it as well. I'm probably not. I want a PS5 because I want to play Spider-Man.
Yeah,
because they only make that for PlayStation. So if I'm gonna upgrade, I'd rather go for PlayStation. But like you said, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah, you need a blue Will Smith and a lamp to find one. Forget it. You hope he doesn't slap your ass.
You beat me to it. That's it. That's always going to be remembered for now.
I know, unfortunately.
Once upon a time, it was Welcome to Earth. Now it's
keep Aladdin's name out your mouth.
All right. So I guess that wraps it up then.
I think so.
That was an awesome show. Marco, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I hope you come back and talk more geek stuff with us. Always a pleasure.
Give our best to the guys.
Absolutely.
And the girls.
Yes, and girls.
The guys and gals.
I want you to give a shout out to Bruno, because I think me and him probably have the more similar tastes.
Definitely. Yeah, no, thank you guys. This was amazing. It was more fun than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a blast. I really had a great time.
Cool.
So afterwards, we'll talk about, a schedule for you guys to come on our show.
Awesome.
Whether we do it just with me or like I said, doing a whole gang version. We'll get everybody together.
That's not going to get too chaotic, is it?
Oh, that's going to be fun.
The round table.
You heard my show. We scream over each other constantly.
Oh, you've heard our show. We do the same thing.
All 17 of us at the
now
same
you're going to have 8 voices trying to clamor for one.
That is an all-star podcast.
Oh my God.
That is awesome.
It'll just basically sound like one of those old tests of the emergency broadcast system.
Seriously, we're gonna have to get like a 9th person just to be like a moderator.
I know, right?
Who's got the talking stick now?
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, this could be a lot of fun.
It's definitely been a blast.
Yep. All right, cool. So thank you, everybody, for listening to us again. If you would like to, well, first of all, do you want to give your show a plug, Marco,
yes,
before we sign off? Go ahead, please.
Absolutely. We're Entertainment Rants at entertainmentrants.com, and you can find us on social media at Entertainment Rants.
Yes, and they are a wonderful podcast, as I have said many times, gentlemen.
And I apologize for next Tuesday's show.
Okay, so maybe we'll have him back. We don't know yet.
We look forward to it, Marco.
Yeah,
we got thick skins.
No, dude, definitely. We are, very thick skins. We're fine.
Podcast wars.
Exactly.
Podcast wars.
It's a podcast rumble.
It is. It's a lot of fun. Hey, as long as you listen. That's all I care.
That's right.
yeah, so check them out. Also, shout out to our friends in podcast land, Two Geeks and a Microphone, the Geek Dad, Chicken Chat, PVD Horror, Go Get Your Shine Box.
Shine Box.
And did I miss anybody? We miss anyone? No. I think we got everybody.
I think that's pretty much it that I can think of off the top of my head.
And please continue to listen to us. If you want to go back and check out old shows that we've done, join Marco down memory lane as he goes back to some old shows of ours. And where can they do that, Brian?
Well, hopefully, like Marco, he's checking us out on www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number 3.
GDpodcast.com, where you will be able to find all of our past episodes, this episode, and most importantly, one-click buttons where you can subscribe to us to the podcast platform of your choice. There are also places where you can review and rate the show. Our email link is there, as well as all of the links to all of our social media presences.
Beautiful. Well said. Well done, Tito. You did your part.
I was sure.
He was awake.
He was awake.
I think that he was going to point at Derek.
I was waiting. I wasn't sure who he was.
I kind of did like
I'm like, I got to be at the ready just in case.
You never know. So, for 3 Geeky Dads, I am Mark.
I am Derek.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tito.
And I'm Marco.
You sure are. Absolutely. Thank you again, Marco, and thank you, everybody out there. Until next time, keep watching the skies, because you might get a pic of Captain America flying by. Wee on a rocket.
And keep ranting.
And keep ranting.
Bye, Mark.
Marco, you're just a big chicken. Polio. That's fun to say. That's terrible. Sorry, Brian.
Brian lost his
polio. Francisco has polio. That's fun to say.
Polio.
That's fun to say.
It just sounds like you're yodeling. Brian's mad because he's got to edit a lot of this.
No, I'm not. I'm leaving all this in. This is gold.
We tried keeping it classy, but we're a few. See, folks, we're a few drinks in.
We're totally.
We're
classy.
fine. We're fine. Tito, relax.
Class acts. Our vacuums might not work. We're not going to let that stop us.
Keep going. You got to trudge forward.
You're such a Ronnie Cox.
I'm totally
Tito.
fucking Cohagen.
Tito.
I'm the Cohagen of this show.
Tito, how was the vacuum like this movie?
It sucks. I told you I could fuck it up. That's why I had to type it into my phone. I forgot the punchline.
Tito yells out the number 3.
The number 3.
Oh, was that me? Tito sounded like he was asleep that whole episode.
Oh, I know.
God.
Every time I looked at him, he's like...
We've been making him watch a lot of bad shit.
We have.
I'm sorry, Tito.
We're
We'll
putting
watch it.
Tito
We'll
through a
watch
lot.
it. You pick the movie and we'll watch it next time. I don't care what it is. Alligator?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Alligator.
Something with Johnny Legs.
Alligator 4.
Alligator 4. There is no
The
alligator.
search for more alligators.
In another universe, it's been made.
That's all right. That was French for boy. Was this a fucking awful movie?